Doghouse. I got a couple.
Because the beginning is like I don't know when it starts. It always throws me off. Yeah, it hasn't given me. Normally gives my phone it pops up in my phone and says, "Hey, you're live," or a person is live.
All right.
Okay, so yeah, you're good. So let me play this real
I
quick.
just got it too. Vibrating with purpose.
It always throws me off. Okay, it says it hasn't given me. Normally gives my phone it pops up in my
Oh,
phone.
we're
And
good.
says, "Hey, you're live," or a person is live. Well, we think we're good.
Doghouse.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so it started right where you said doghouse. Okay.
All right.
Okay, so we're good. So we're good.
All right.
This could be dangerous. All right.
Oh shit. So cheers, Roberto
All right.
Garibay here.
Yeah, Rob, we're almost here. You notice a new logo. We got the Frequency Control podcast that'll probably evolve over time. Right now we have the orange thing. I figured screw it, we'll stick with that for right now because of Halloween and all that crap. Also, something cool. We're gonna have that little frequency piece actually do what the AWACS thing did because I put AWACS on there as a video and it just loops and does that thing over and over again. And but we'd have the frequency thing just keep moving like that all the whole time through the thing. Is just in the corner, just out of the way, not to be obtrusive and get in your way. So, but that's as I get my After Effects game on, which is time consuming. I got videos to edit. So, all right. So today's podcast or tonight's podcast is vibrating with purpose. So that's basically you're vibrating. You're focused on a dream or purpose that you have, and you're focusing it in on something and taking advantage of it, action towards it. I'll let you kind of kick off with a little bit of it, Berto. Go ahead.
Man, so for me, the way I look at it, man, it's being able to have a high energy um, and vibrating at a high frequency and operating at that, moving forward towards a purpose, and part of it is figuring out what your purpose is. And that's a question everybody should ask themselves. What's your purpose in life? What's your why? Where are you moving to? Without that, you're just all over. I won't say I say people tend to move in all sorts of different directions without complete focus in one direction. So having a purpose, having your why will start narrowing that down into more of a tunnel vision. And I think you mentioned at one point, Rob, the target. When you're out there targeting, shooting, aim small, miss small, right? So the more focused you are, the more honed in you are, your purpose and where you're moving in life. Now you combine that with a high vibration where you're operating above the 200 level, which later we can get into what that is. But you're vibrating very high. You feel good. You're moving. You're doing. You're accomplishing things. You're creating, all for this purpose. So you're pointing in that right direction. You're doing good, and you're impactful. You tend to the higher you vibrate. There's some crazy numbers where, depending on what frequency you are vibrating at, you are affecting those around you. So the higher you're vibrating at, man, it goes up to like enlightenment. I'm talking like 1,000. I don't even know if anybody's ever reached that. You know what I'm saying? But Jesus or like Buddha's monks, who knows? But those people, the higher you go up, for every number, it goes up. So we could, at a low frequency, you can be impacting 10,000 people plus. It just keeps going. It doubles up to millions and more without them even knowing. So just by me vibrating at a certain frequency, that's going out. So anyways, kind of not to get off topic, but your purpose in life is a big motivator for that. what is your purpose in life? You should ask yourself that question. If you don't know, then most likely you're pointing in multiple directions. You're unclear of where you're going in life. Um, and with that, talking for me, when I was in that spectrum, uh, I wanted to do so many things, but I never buckled down and just did one. I was just more like what's the saying? Not a master of one thing, you know. I was just all over the place. I was trying to do so many different things. But as I've evolved through the work and I've figured out what my purpose is, I've figured out what my why is, I've gotten that tunnel vision where I am focused on exactly where I want to go. I know where I'm going. So my actions line up with that. And everything that I do in life is for that purpose and for that why. Anything I know, go ahead.
So no, I just want to make sure. I just want to highlight you touching on the right where finally I was trying to reach my mind of how we articulate this, but it's it is that once you figure out what it is you're trying to do, you're focused on what that is, so you know when to take advantage of the opportunities because you're singularly focused on a specific thing. And so that's purposeful in a sense. You know when to take advantage of something that comes your way. You're now going, I know exactly what I'm trying to do. And so when you see these opportunities, you're taking advantage of them, as opposed to having an opportunity come and you're just so busy talking the shit and vibrating and just talking good vibes and positivity, that you never take advantage of the opportunities kind of in front of you because you have no real purpose. You're not specific about what you're trying to go for, and then it kind of leads you all over the place. You're all over these paths. You don't know what thing to really take advantage of that comes your way. You're now vibrating and you're looking for any opportunity, but now you're looking for all opportunities and never anything specific. So you never know when to pull the trigger.
Exactly. It's just like going deer hunting and you see all this deer out there, but you're just like, I don't know which one I want. But uh for me, I just once I locked in, I found my target. I said, oh, that's it. That's my purpose. That's my why. Um, I was able to cut a lot of people out of my life that weren't serving my purpose. I was able to cut out a lot of habits that I had that weren't serving me. TV, movies, wasted time, bullshit like that, bars. Uh, so through this process, I've been able to just better my life in a more positive way. And as I move forward, I've felt a sense of not urgency, but urgency, but also a sense of just power, and happiness. And there's so many things that have come my way because of it, because I'm finally at peace with it. I don't have stress in my life, even though stressful things arise. I choose to deal with them differently, man, because I see the bigger picture. I see where I'm going. I see the benefits behind it. Um, so the way I react to life now versus back then, before all this information and before my purpose, is completely different. I'd fly off the handle. Uh, I'd lose it, whether it be emotionally, whatever it was. Now I feel like there's nothing that can phase me, man, because I know where I'm going. And it could be, back in the day, it'd just be socking somebody in the face for somebody looking at you, the conversation. Now it's like, that's nothing to me because I'm going in this direction. It's crazy. It's just one way of explaining it on my
Well,
side.
it will. It's like, in a sense, like knowing your destination on a map. You're now not sidetracked by. This is just a metaphor. You're now not sidetracked for all the off ramps and on ramps you could be taking, that could take you off your path, because you're like, no, why would I take exit to the 84 when I'm going south on the 5? I'm trying to hit Redding, California. Why would I hit the 84? Why would I hit the 14? Why would I hit the 26? Why would I hit any of these things? So none of that can sidetrack you. All those options to go off this lane and here and go there, or get off all the way in the right lane, you're like, I know I got fucking 300 more miles to go. There's no reason for me to even move. Now you're just very purposeful, very specific on what you're doing, um, and you know when to take the opportunity, because does this opportunity take me to Reading? Okay, yes. Now you're very decisive about what decisions you're making. You're very specific about and deliberate about anything you're doing. Your intention is correct. You have an intention. You have focused intention. There is nothing that can steer you any other way. So if in your life you get approached with a negative thing, it could be drugs, it could be a fight, it could be something that's going to take you off of that path. Again, drugs could be the 14, fights could be the 84. You're like, well, that's all going to take me away from what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to be on here. For me right now, it's certain jobs like regional manager jobs and things of that nature. I'm like, is that really what I'm trying to do right now? Because right now I'm trying to do the entertainment thing. I've got some marketing shit going on. I got all these other things. So do I really want to I go there? No, it makes it to where that's not even an option. It's just boom, boom, boom. These people are hitting you up to take a job, and you're like, well, that's 150,000 a year, and you're going 150,000 a year for a regular person who doesn't have purpose and doesn't know that their goal is a billion. Does 150 get me to a billion, or does it slow me down?
Yeah.
But knowing what I want, I'm able to move past that and keep on trucking.
Yeah. So, for example, man, for those, anyways, people are going to find out. My grandfather passed away here a couple of days ago. I got to spur of the moment, jump in the car with my parents, rent a car, boom, mash out. 41 hours later, being up, I'm down here in Texas. So I could let that stuff hinder me, get to me, slow me down, stop my purpose. But knowing where I'm going, I didn't let it get in the way. As today I handled my bit, oh, so yeah, we handled our business. We went out, did what we had to do to get the services going, uh, got all my business, my personal business stuff all lined out because I didn't answer calls for 26, 7 hours that I was on the road, So I had to like catch up this morning, but also knew that there was podcast was today. So I had to hustle and bustle, shift gears and adapt, right? And this podcast is part of my purpose of where I'm going. So I got to choose in and say, okay, it's a priority to me because my purpose is a priority, my why is a priority, and so is my family. But we can have it all if we choose. It's not a either or, and that's through this work I've found that out. You know what I'm saying? Like I used to be like, well, I want to do that, but I have to do this. I got to do this, but I have to do that. But in reality, you can do it all. It's just time management. What's your priorities? Is your priority to sit on your fucking couch and watch TV tonight? You're watching the game. Oh, did you catch the score? Great. How did that serve you? You know the score of that game, who won, how many statistics or whatever, but how close did that get you to your purpose or where you're going in life?
Yeah, in your grave, is that going to serve you to feel like, man, my kids and my family are really going to be like, wow, he really did something. He was in the bar talking about the 1976 fucking Chicago Bears and how Walter Payton, I don't even know if he was there then, made 15 touchdowns, but that's the same concept. It's like right now, tonight I should be actually going and shopping for my kids' birthday presents. But I'm like, nope, I'm gonna have to like wake up hella early and figure that out tomorrow because I have a podcast, right? And
Yep.
and for some people go, why didn't you do it earlier today? Well, just a little color around it. I watch my kids and I'm with my kids during the day and can't take those kids to said toy place and show them the toys that they're going to be getting. So you know, basically it's got to be after work, but then after work it's like, well, I got a podcast, so I can't, you know. So it's just having a priority and being so focused on it. But first, it took for me to know this is important. I had to have uh, a very uh, focused and be purposeful with my vibration. You know, with my vibration, I'm vibrating, and by vibrating, I'm talking magnetic fields. I'm talking neutrons and electrons, and pulling this stuff to me, focused on specifically what I want, and that isn't, you know, just sitting there vibrating and not knowing what I'm pulling towards me. You have to know specifically what you're trying to pull towards you, then you can take the proper action. A lot of people sit there and vibrate and focus, but then they change their minds and they're just unsure, and their head says this and their heart says that and their leg says this, and it's, you got to know, right? If you're not focused on what you're doing, you're going to make bad decisions, and decisions that don't serve you, rather, because no decision's bad as long as you're making a decision, as long as it's not murdering somebody. But so realistically, it's like vibrating with purpose. It's literally attracting what you're trying to attract with purpose. And once you're doing it, if you're attracting something and something comes to you, you can reach out and grab it. If you've attracted a woman, do you sit there and just attract it and go, oh, no, you eventually reach out and grab her, right? You know, like at some point, right? If it's purposeful. You have something specific you're going for. You're not just vibrating for no reason other than to vibrate and talk to people about how you vibrate. You know, you've got a specific purpose. You're not just telling people, I'm vibrating this and I'm going to do this. It's like, well, what's the exact specific purpose, and what are is there purpose in it, so you can take advantage of your opportunities, or are you squandering every day just sitting around talking about how you vibrate?
Yeah. And your perspective on life plays a huge role in it too, man. You know, I could have chose to sit here and weep and vibrate lower and cry, all that stuff, but I choose in a different direction, um, of where I'm at right now, currently present. Uh, I I haven't let it. Should I put it? I haven't let it slow me down, man. If anything, I've drive me more to find the positive in it. I refuse to look at the negative, because there really isn't no negative. As far as like right now where I'm at, we're losing my grandpa. It sucks. He was 97 years old, 96 years old, which that's a badass life. So I look at it's like, in a positive side, like, damn, that was a long life, man. Like, he saw a lot of shit. You know, there's no, I choose not to look at it like he's gone. I miss, yeah, we miss him, whatever. But more like, what the fuck am I going to create? What am I going to leave behind? I see, uh, I see the family. I see just random people at the store that knew him, and the impact that he left. You know, but I also look at the rest of the world that didn't see this amazing man for what he was. So that it motivates me to do more, to create more, be more. Not just for me either. You know what I'm saying? For the world. That's what we're put here for. Is to achieve and create things that impacts the world. Uh, so the way we look at things, we get to choose how we react to it. You know, right now I could very easily not be on this call. I could have very easily not made any calls back to my business, which I got probably a record number of calls the last, just on the trip down here. It was insane. My phone was going crazy. But for my greater good, my purpose, I get to choose in and figure it out and work around it. So I still choose to vibrate at a higher frequency, not just for myself, but for my parents, my aunts, my cousins, everybody that's around me right now. You know what I'm saying? Just to find the good in it and keep moving forward. So, but it's been a crazy week as far as that goes, man, because it's opened my eyes up to like we are guaranteed one thing in life, and that's that one day we won't be here. You know what I'm saying? That's every single person. That's what we share in this life. One day, every single one of us will take our last breath, and that's it. What comes after that, who knows? So, with purpose, I choose to move in the direction of my why. Why I vibrate high and impact others and do it positively and do it happily. You know, yeah, it's crazy, man. It's an eye-opening experience for sure. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. You're still recording? Okay. See it. So I don't know, man. We've talked about it a few times too, as far as there's people in this world that talk and there's no action behind it, you know, and ask yourself if you're watching this video, or what are you doing? Are you a talker or are you a doer? What are you creating for yourself in your life, for your family, for what are you creating for this world to leave behind to impact everybody? How are you vibrating? Are you vibrating positively, negatively? Where you're at? Knowing where you're at in life is huge. As we talked a little bit ago of knowing where you're going, knowing your destination, it's just as important to know where you're at, you know, and everything. I won't speak on people out there, but everything that's happening in my life, good, bad, negative, positive, whatever it is, it's my fault. It's my fault. All the good, all the bad. So with that said, it's the same exact thing for anybody out there. It's your own fault of where you're at in life. Whether it's good, whether it's positive, whatever. Because what it boils down to is choices. You have a choice to choose into your life and create it. And that's the beauty about life, man. Like we choose to create our lives by our choices. So if you're having an amazing life and you're vibrating and you have everything you want, pat yourself on the back because it's your fault. You know, and if you have a shitty life or you feel like you have a shitty life, pat or I won't say pat yourself, or maybe slap yourself in the face because that's your fault. You know what I'm saying? You have no one to blame but yourself. And yeah, I've through this process, I've gotten to learn to point the finger at myself, whether it's good or it's bad, because my choices is what led me to a lot of my good and bad, to all of them, I should say, not some, all. And I've been in the dumps and I've made some shit decisions, but uh, I've shifted and chose to live a better life. You know, and I'm here because of that. So I'll pat myself on the back because that's my fault. No, I can hear you. I can hear you now. Yeah, you're good. Yeah, I got you. See that? I'm gonna pop another bottle. It's all good. But, no, I think at one point, Rob, you had mentioned some shit like, uh, say like I don't remember what podcast. I won't even go there. But there's people in this world that may talk like they are something, but they are not that. And I don't like to speak on religion or any of that shit, but I would just use an example. For example, like a priest that is preaching God, he's preaching all this amazing thing, but in those back quarters, he's doing some fucked up shit. You know what I'm saying? Like whether it's women, kids, uh, he's not the person that he appears to be. So as you move through life, figuring out that there is those people out there, you know what I'm saying? Uh, and who are you following in life? You know, are they walking the walk? You know, are they walking what they're talking, doing? Um, and that's for me. I choose to do exactly what I'm saying, man. Like, um, I'm not a dog that barks.